All right, so here we are in the main part of the page for Algebra 9. The way that today what I want to talk about is accessing the quiz number 81. And so the way you get to most of your assignments on this classroom is you click on classwork, which is this middle one right here. Click on classwork, and you can see we have everything here. We have the live session. This is where you can go to get the live sessions every day. And today we're focusing on number 81. So if you click right here on number 81, it should open it up, and there should be two assignments here. Two documents. The first one is the form, and the second one is the PDF. Let's go ahead and open the PDF first, just so we can see what it looks like. Hold down the Control key on the left side of your keyboard and then click so that it opens in a new tab. And you're going to see number 081 pop up. And I would suggest, just downloading it right here with the download button. And then where it says Show in Folder, click Show in Folder. And all you're going to do is just click here at the file, and you're going to click Open, or just double click it to open it. This makes it a little bit more stable. You can see it a little bit better. And you're just going to go down until you see the first question. The first page is all just review from number 80. It's the same stuff. And now here it says find each of the following. It says what two numbers add to -3 and multiply to -40. And you're going to have to type this. You're going to have to figure it out on the paper. You can either print it out or do it on loose leaf. And what you're going to do then is go back to the original page. And once you know the answer, you could click on the quiz. So go ahead, Control, click on the quiz. It should open up. And it says question 1 asks for two numbers that multiply to 40 and add to -3. The first number is -8. What is the second number? So we go back over here and we're trying to solve it. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and open up a new page again and search for Desmos calculator. Search for Desmos, DESMOS calculator, and click on the first result, the graphing calculator Desmos. It's going to take a second to load, and what you're going to do is we're going to try and find these two numbers that add to -3 and multiply to -40. And over here they said the first number is -8, so we know that's the first number. So if we type -8 in here, -8, we need to find something that multiplies to 40. So the way you do multiply on your calculator is you hit Shift 8. If you hit Shift 8, it brings up the multiply sign. You have the Shift key and then 8. And let's try times 3. 8 times -3, and it automatically tells you right here the answer is -24. So if I go back to my page, they wanted us to find -40. So -24 is too small. So if you hit the return key, which is the enter key, we could try another one. -8. You hit Shift 6. The other thing you can use is a parenthesis. I'm actually going to use parentheses. If you hit the Shift key and 9, you can open a parentheses. And let's try 4. And then you close the parentheses. And right here, so this is the same thing. You could either use the multiply symbol like that by hitting Shift 6, or you can just use the parentheses to find it, and it says it's -32. So we go back here. They wanted us to find -40, so we know that it has to be bigger. So let's hit enter again, and let's try -8 parentheses 5. Oh wait, I made a mistake. Let's try that again. 8 times -5. And now we see that's correct. It's -40. So if we go back here, they also want to say what two numbers add to -3. So if we try the same thing but with adding, let's make sure it works. We do 8 adding that to -5. You should use the parentheses when you put the negative in, just to make sure, because it helps the computer to know what you're adding. 8 plus -5 is 3. So it wants to know what two numbers add to -3 and multiply to -40. So now let's try -8 times 5. And -8 times 5 gives us -40. So when we go back over here, -8 times 5, they want us to get -40, so that's correct. So -8 and 5 are the two answers. But we should probably check just to make sure. It says what two numbers add to -3. So now let's try adding them. So -8 plus 5, and that's true, it is -3. So the two answers are -8 and 5. So they said the first answer is -8. What's the second answer? We're going to type in 5. And then you're going to go back and look at number 2, which says what two numbers add to negative 15 and multiply it at 50. And we're going to try and solve that one. And we'll do this one together, and then you can try the rest on your own. So it says what two numbers add to negative 15 and multiply to 50. So when we go back to our quiz, it says multiply to 50 and add to negative 15. They said the first number is negative 10. So let's go over here. I'm gonna clear all these out because we're trying a new one now. And it says negative 10 is the answer. So if I multiply that times 3, that's negative 30. But what they want us to find is 50. So they said the first answer is negative 10. And 3 is too small, so let's try 4. Obviously, that's too small too. So if we try 10 times 5, we get negative 50. So if we go back and check our answer here, this says multiplies to 50. Oh, but this is positive 50 here. And the answer that we got is negative 50. So in order to make this correct, we got to do negative 10, but we got to multiply. Instead of by 5, let's try negative 5. That should give us the correct answer. So now we have positive 50 as our answer. So that's the correct answer. And then just to make sure, it says they add to negative 15. So let's try those same two numbers, but with adding negative 10 plus, and also again, use the parentheses for the negative just so that the computer doesn't get confused. Negative 10 plus 5 does give us negative 15. So when we go back over here to our answer, it says the first answer is negative 10. What's the second answer? We put in negative 5. Now, what you guys are going to do when you're finished, after you've done all 10 questions, is hit submit. And it says your response has been recorded, and it says view score. So if you open that and hit control and new tab, and when I click here, you can see that I got these first two correct, but the rest I got wrong. So if you got any of them wrong, you're going to go back. You can go back and take the quiz again, click submit another response, and try again if you didn't get all the answers correct. So just go through, see the ones you missed, and then you could retry it until you get 100%.